Hey, this is Cindy and Destiny with the Keep It Real podcast, and we're here again with Malachi. It's been a while. How are you doing?
It's been months. We were just talking about that, but I have begged y'all. I love coming on here with y'all and just talking wrestling. I like it because it's different. I don't have to listen to my buddies say the same things over and over and over again. I like to hear different points of view, but yeah, I'm super excited to be back. Thank you.
No, you're welcome. We're glad to have you back. I know the last couple of times I think something happened with you, then something happened with me, and then
Hmm.
yeah,
Yep,
yeah. So I'm glad it all worked out this time.
big time. I'm excited. Let's do it.
Yes, me too. So, what have you been up to for the last 6 months or so?
Oh man, a lot has changed. Believe it or not. Obviously, I've got way more tattoos, which is always fun. Um, Started a new job. Like I said, I can't remember when I was on the last time with you guys, but I started a job here in Nashville, working with special need adults, and
Oh,
I'm their
wow.
yeah, and I'm their sports coordinator. So I run all their sports leagues. We will do basketball, we do bocce, we do volleyball's coming up. So I have to get all those organized, and it is my dream job. I love it. It's so much fun. Every day I go in, I could have a bad day, and the second I walk into work, Johnny, they call me by my real name,
Oh,
but yeah, but it's a lot of fun. I've been doing that since last July, and then something, excuse me, that I shared with you guys that you didn't know. I got injured, so I haven't been able to wrestle. Probably in a good, what is this now, March? I think the last
mhm.
time I might have wrestled would have been like super early January.
Oh,
And then
wow.
since then, I mean, I was wrestling once or twice a week, and I had to completely shut her down because I had knee surgery. I got hurt because I was doing something really, really stupid. So it's not all about the spot. It's not all about the spot. Just remember that. Sometimes you gotta use your brain. So
So, do you want to share with everybody else what you shared with us about how that happened?
sure. So and it was like early October. Actually, I'm pretty confident is when I did it. I was running to the ring with a guy. We were starting hot. We were in just crazy, wild, hardcore match. And I went to slide under the ropes. I'm a fairly large man. I'm 6'6", depending on how much fast food I eat for the day, 300 pounds. And and I went to. I mean, I've done it 1,000 times, And when I did it, my knee hit the cross, steel beam on the edge right there where the top of the mat goes down. And I nailed it. It was like a dead leg, but right in my kneecap. No higher, no lower. Like pretty much where your patella tendon is. I mean, I'm
Um,
serious. And I started laughing because that's what I do when I get hurt really bad. And I just told them, I said, I can't stand up, yada, yada, yada. Weeks and weeks go by. I felt better. I really did. I thought this is not, maybe it's just a bad bone bruise. Well, then we had a really, really, really big show at the end of the year. We always do a big show at the end of the year called Morrison Mayhem. And I went to the booker, and I already knew, what they wanted me to do for the night. It was a lot of fun. And I went to the booker and the promoter. I just said, hey, you guys care if I do one crazy thing tonight other than weapons? They know I'll do anything when it comes to weapons, but something big spot wise. And they said, well, what do you want to do? Is it safe? Do you think you can do it? And I said, do I think I can do it? 100%. I know I can. Have I ever done it? No. And they're like, well, what do you want to do? I said, I want to do a backflip from the top rope at 6'6", 300 pounds. And he looked at me and he told me two things. He goes, if you climb to that top rope and don't do it, you're not getting paid. And then, he's just motivating me.
yeah.
I mean, he's like a dad to me. And um, his son told me just get up there and do it. Just, be the big monster that you are. And I did. I climbed up to the top, got up there for a second, took off, didn't think anything about it. And I over rotated. And I guess I jumped not necessarily too high, or I tucked too much or something. I don't know. But when I landed, me being an idiot that I am sometimes when they get in these crazy matches, I forgot that there were thumbtacks and Legos in the middle of the mat. And so you can see it on the video. I'll send it to you guys after we this. And so, long story short, don't do something even if you think it's cool because you can end up having surgery like me. So I ended up tearing my MCL and cartilage, and as old as I am, as big as I am, the recovery's not been too hard, but I'm super excited because I've been a part of wrestling shows since I've been out, but this next week I get to do something amazing, and I'm so excited about it. That's all I can say,
Yeah.
just in case.
Well, those of y'all in the area, you should probably go check it out so you can see what he's talking about.
I'll pitch the shows for Tennessee All Pro Wrestling. It's right outside of. It's about 45 minutes outside of Murfreesboro, hour outside of Nashville. There's two matches that are going to be insane. Every title's on the line, but two especially are Gregory McDaniel, who is our Heritage Champion. Um, I'll say it. He knows I don't like him. I really don't like him in real life. He knows that, but I don't care. He's a piece of crap. Um, but he has to. I forced him to put his heritage title on the line, and nobody's ever beat him for it. As long as we've had that belt in existence, which is about 3 years,
Oh, wow.
nobody's ever beat him. And so I forced him to do it because he keeps avoiding it. And he's going to be working a guy by the name of Uncle Biff. Uncle Biff's this big old grizzled vet, bald, and he doesn't care about anything. Like he's just crazy in there, and he is just. I mean, he's very underrated. He's wrestled for 20 years, but he's phenomenal. And then the main event will be our heavyweight champion Gavin Mack, who's a little bit who's the guy I don't like's cousin. We've been given. He's going to be wrestling a guy by the name of Zach Austin, and that's and the crazy thing about that match is, oh, I didn't tell you all this earlier, that I decided, and I announced it to all the fans that night, that all the fans can bring a weapon. They can create a weapon. They can make a weapon. They can put thumbtacks on a stick, on a bat, whatever they want. And I promised them that every single weapon that's coming into that building is going to be used in that match.
Oh, wow.
Now, we've done that before. Zach and I have done that when we had our little feud, but we became best friends. And that's called an Iggy there, Bubbles.
Yeah.
And and yeah, I'm just super excited. You know what I mean? It's on the. I had to, sorry. The neat thing about this area, I will say that there's a ton of great shows. There really is. We give a lot of people a hard time, but at the end of the day, what I love about it is everybody wants to get better. You know, you have some idiots. There's always that in any business. You know, Burger King has some idiots. But there's a lot in the wrestling industry. But the majority of the people in this area are really, you know, we go support other shows. We go here. Whatever. So, but this show next Saturday night, Morrison, Tennessee, and it's going to be off the chain.
Nice.
Yep.
Morrison, Tennessee.
Yep.
You all go check it out. Wish we could see it. Dang it. I guess we could take a 6-hour drive, you know. Yeah. That'd be a long one, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when do you think that you'll be able to get back in the ring? Are you pretty much rehabilitated, healed up?
Well, I retired.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
So, wink, wink. No, I just gave it up. You know, I'm old. I like to hang out and be with my friends and go to shows and help make flyers and graphics. That's really exploded lately, big time.
Awesome, because you're great at it.
Oh, thank you. I think I've gotten better. That sounds arrogant, but I've gotten a lot of help from people though that have really, in the last 3-4 months, have really said, "Hey, try this, do this," you know. And I mean, I've made 2 flyers now for Insane Clown Posse. She won't remember, but you and I will remember who they are. And yeah,
Nice.
they run a show. They're running a show in Ohio in early May, and then they did one recently in San Antonio called JCW, and I've got to make their flyers for them. So it's just, oh yeah, it's super, super, super blessed to do that. I enjoy it. I was making some literally before, you know, we kind of went on the air here. I was just kind of messing around. I like to do it, and the concept to me is this: I make something for you for a really cheap price, and then you can have it. You go do whatever you want with it. Go put it on your gimmick table and sell them for $1, $2, whatever you want, and make your money back easily. So, but yeah, I've retired. I will be I'm the commissioner at this place that we're going to be going wild at next week. But other than that, yeah, I don't really see myself. We'll see.
I was gonna say, is this a real retirement or a rock retirement?
Well, there's a big thing around this area that there are all these guys and girls and people that wrestle. They retire like 9 times, and I did tell myself when I do decide to hang it up that it would be a shoot retirement. This is
Mhm.
definitely a retirement from in the ring. But they cliche say never say never.
Yeah, that's true. This is true. Never know. Oh, and for the record, Destiny said, "Hey, I know who they are." ICP.
Oh, well, there you go. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, she listens to a lot of what Mom listens to, and what I used to listen to. Proud
Oh
of
yeah.
her. She knows a lot of people. She definitely has a different musical genre than a lot. So
I love telling people who they are, and they're just like, I've never heard of them. I was like, just look them up.
yeah.
And they're like, what? It's like, yeah. So,
Google's a fantastic thing.
yeah.
Google,
Hey,
YouTube.
I do want to be accurate, though. Like, they didn't reach out to me. They never have. It's a guy that wrestles for them who's in the NWA. And I've always said I would never, say, hey, I know this guy. I'm just big on that. Like, I want to protect what I do and the privacy of people and stuff like that. I've never, but I have made, stuff like that for them. So I was pretty stoked when I found that out. When I got contacted, I was like, "Oh my god, this has to be perfect."
We
So,
love NWA.
oh yeah, they're awesome.
Hmm. We love AJ Kazana. He was just on here. He's pretty
Yeah,
awesome.
my roommate makes his gear.
Really? Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, that is so cool.
yeah. So AJ's been here before. He
Yeah.
he lives a few hours away. I think like 2 or 3 maybe, not too far. But yeah, my roommate is one of the top people in the nation making for gear. I mean, he makes probably I'd say 75 to 80% of TNA's roster.
Wow.
Mhm.
That's impressive.
Oh, he is. We give him a hard time, but when he really gets in the zone, like yeah. I'll come home from work and he's like, "What do you think of this?" And I'm like, "Can I have it? Like, can you make that in my size?" So he's great. He's not a people person. He don't like talking. He just goes in there and does what he's done, what he does, and he's good at it. But yeah, he makes all AJ stuff, and AJ has some gear one time made that was from my roommate, and it was like this camo, and I was like, dude, those are sick. And then he wore them on TV just like a couple days after that. Like, he knows how to make people look good on TV. My roommate does. So, and AJ's a big old dude. Like, I say I'm big and I'm tall, but I've been at his show before, and he's just solid. Like, there's people see me and they're like, "Whoa, you're tall. You're a big man." People look at him and you're like, "He's somebody."
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't get that just because I don't. I'm just big. He has this look about him that and he's a super nice guy, very cool, very professional dude. So, and he can go. I commented on the thing with you guys. It's like he's a
Hmm.
bull in the daggum ring.
Yeah,
So
we
very,
love.
very, yeah, very underrated dude for sure.
Yeah, and he's still young enough. He's gonna
Oh
keep
yeah,
going quite a
yep,
while, I
yep.
believe. Can't wait to get to see him live somewhere. But
Hmm.
yeah,
They're getting out there more.
yeah,
So
yeah, it's gonna be good. So what else you been into? I know you're talking about your collection back there.
oh yeah, it's grown. I got
A lot.
yeah. Well, that's probably about 30% of what I actually have. the rest of it's actually in the hallway. So we moved a bunch of stuff around in the apartment so my roommate could the room that I did the show with you guys at last time that was all behind me, we
Yeah.
took all those figures out. My roommate moved his work area in that room, and then we took all our figures and put them up the stairs. When you come up the stairs, where it's just full of wrestling figures. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty wild. People walk in and they're like, "What the heck?" And I was like, "Yeah, I got a problem. I'm sorry, but I'm a big Andre the Giant's my favorite, and so obviously, I mean, everybody knows that around this area. But yeah, I just I've kind of slowed down a little bit. Oh, I do want to give props to this. So I don't know.
Yeah.
So there we
Oh, did you do that?
no. Let me tell you a story on how I got this. Obviously, it's just a very basic drawing of a Sharpie, and it was drawn, drawn, drawn. You know what I'm trying to say
Yeah.
here? It just didn't sound by one of my special need adults that's in my group.
Oh, wow.
And they told me that he can draw like really, really good. And I said, there's only one thing I want. So I sat beside him one day. I won't say his name, obviously. And I sat beside him one day and I just sat there and we were talking and everything. And I had my phone out and I was showing him wrestlers. I was like, do you know who this is? And he'd look at my phone and he'd be like, "Oh, that's Macho Man." And I'm like, "Yes, he knows wrestlers." So I kept going, kept going, kept going. He knew every single one of them. Then I got to the old goat. And I said, "Do you know who this guy is?" And he's like, "Oh, that's Andre the Giant." And I was
Oh,
like, "You think you'd be able to draw Andre the Giant?" And he was like, "Yeah." So I give him a piece of paper, give him a Sharpie, and we were watching a movie for a little bit during lunch. And I'm not kidding you, he drew that in probably like 30 to 45 seconds.
wow.
And he hit, oh God, I didn't mean to do it that hard, but he hit me on the shoulder and I was like, yeah. And I looked, he's like, done. And I looked and I was just like, I didn't really get like choked up. I was just more in awe, like, no way. There's no way. But like my roommate loves Hulk Hogan and he drew Hulk Hogan for my roommate. He
Wow.
knows every wrestler. I've never been able to stump him. I can pull up like Mick Foley. And when I asked him, this is no lie, I asked him, "Can you draw me a Hulk Hogan one?" And he drew the cartoon that's on, the cartoon that had that Hulk Hogan. That's what he drew. That's
Yeah.
what he remembered. But he asked me, he said, "Do you want me to draw Hulkamania or do you want me to draw Hollywood Hulk Hogan?"
Oh,
So he
wow.
knew that there's two different Hulk Hogans, and oh man, I've never gone in there and thought, oh, they can't do this, or I mean, we could turn this podcast into a whole nother thing about my people because they blow me away every day. They're sneaky though. Oh boy, they're sneaky. Yeah, that's the number one quality unanimously across the board that every single one of them have. I've had one cry on me, and like she's adorable. It's one of my coworkers' sisters, but she started crying, and I was like, "Oh, what do I do?" Because they're just adorable. They love me, and they don't care about my mistakes. They don't, you know. That when they were really worried about my knee, like very, very, very serious. And they every day I come in there, "Johnny, how's your knee?" And I'm like, "It's fine. Do you need your
Oh,
crutches? Do you want me to go get them for you in your car? Do you want it?" Oh yeah, they're all there. But yeah, so he drew that for me, and I thought that's just pretty wicked.
that's amazing. I mean, to do it in like 45 seconds,
I, I
especially.
I'm not exaggerating. Like I'm dead serious. That's what he did. Like I want to do the big talk. We can talk wrestling and that, but I have an area where I work at that I want to throw like a major like super show and get TV guys in there. Have a big show. If you guys want to come down, come on.
That'd be
But I
cool.
have this area that's like a big tennis court area, but the seating is up higher for a tennis court. Well, we could take the tennis court out, put a ring in there, and it'd be a big fundraiser for him. And I told this guy's mom, I said, I'd love for him to just sit and draw. And he would get paid, like he would raise money for it. But he would do it in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
And it's very funny to like, he's just, their personalities are perfect. They really are. Now, some of them aggravate the living dog snot out of me, but I could sit with him all day. He's a big character, so
That's amazing. I mean, to
yeah.
sit and I mean, he will probably sit there at that event that you're talking about and just hundreds of
Oh,
drawings, just doing it just live.
yeah, he wouldn't care. He can
Huh?
draw. He wouldn't care, and he would draw anything. Like I'm dead serious. I've sat there and said, "Can you draw an elephant with an alligator tail?" Well, and then boom, he get you here, and I look, and that's exactly what I asked him to do.
He used to have a big canvas and a paintbrush and just go
Yeah,
at it. Oh my
yep. So
gosh.
it's a lot of fun. But anyways,
Oh no, you're fine. Talk about it. I mean, I think it's amazing. I
I
love it.
no, I want to do that show. I think it would be neat. Bring a bunch of people in, big fundraiser, stuff like that. I would love because everybody in the program loves wrestling, loves it, and they want to see me get beat up or win. That's what it's boiled down to. And so it's still in the works. Hopefully, we've got to get a lot of things approved, a liability, stuff like that. I mean, it's the
Yeah.
whole nine. But I also don't want to just throw it together. If I want to do it, I want to do it right. So, especially if I start wrestling again.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, speaking of wrestling, uh, ma'am that has not said a word the whole show, don't you have a match coming up?
I do.
Are you nervous?
Yes.
Have you? I mean, what's your finisher?
It's the sister Abigail.
Now, see, now we're talking. That's why we became best friends.
Yeah.
See, let me show you this real quick.
Don't cry.
Don't cry.
Yeah. She gets so emotional over Bray Wyatt.
Hey, that's probably my second favorite wrestler ever. I got this, and literally like a week later, he passed away.
Oh,
That's awesome.
This is one of my favorite hoodie. Oh yeah, man. I mean, that dude changed. We could talk about him. That guy changed wrestling. I don't
mhm.
care what anybody says. He was it weird? Yeah, but you were watching it,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like this present day's Undertaker. Was it weird back then? Yeah, but we watched it, and he just, man, he was like 40 or 50 years ahead, like storytelling, psychology, stuff like that. 40, 50 years ahead of what people are now. Like all these different characters and them, but they're actually mentally in his head, and it just nobody's ever thought of that. He's oh my god.
Yeah.
I've got to see his entrance one time when he came to Nashville for something, and I literally just was in awe. Like you just get drawn in. That's why I like Andre, and I know that sounds silly, but like, what did everybody do when Andre came out?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't go to the bathroom. You didn't go get a bag of popcorn or anything. You sit right there and was like, I'm gonna watch this guy. That's what I like about him. But Bray's man, like I almost thought it was like a work, for a couple weeks, just because WWE, I don't know. I'm not saying they're sick enough to do that, but
But
just,
sometimes,
yeah,
yeah.
I mean they've crossed the line on a few things, but I don't know. It's a very sad situation, but I mean, I don't think he should go in the Hall of Fame this year because I hate that. Well, just because he died. Well, you didn't say that when he was alive. Like it's got to be that, you know what I mean? Like I think this year they're really pushing on the ECW kind of guys with Paul Heyman. It's in Philly.
Yeah.
Um, but is he a Hall of Famer? No, no doubt.
Mhm.
Not even a question. But not this year. It'll mean more. Like let it die out a little bit, and because whatever year they decide to put him in, it was like when Eddie went in, Eddie Guerrero. That trumped everything. Nobody, I couldn't tell you anybody else who went in the Hall of Fame that year, but Eddie. That's my point.
Right. Yeah,
Hey,
and plus with Bray too, his dad and his uncle's going to be inducted, so he's going to be
exactly.
brought up and talked about.
Exactly. So I wouldn't do it yet. I'd wait about maybe 2 years, 2-3 years, and then do it. Just kind of let things die out, let it, and then boom, bring it up. And then you'll get more of a reaction, more of a pop out of it than it's expected this year. So it's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah, he was.
I want to know more about this match you got coming up. I've talked for a little bit. I want to know how did this come about? How did this Bubbles chick come out of nowhere? And
Well, you got to tell him the storyline, tell him how it started, what happened at the last one.
hey, don't cry. Don't cry.
I don't know
where to start. What happened at your last match?
I thought you didn't have a match.
It wasn't a
It
full-on
wasn't.
match.
Oh, okay. It was like interrupted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not this last one, but the one before that. Tell him the storyline.
I can't.
She is a mean little heel, since she won't talk. She's a heel. And Bubbles was going it for the championship belt against Jordan Carlisle. And Destiny, the Neon Enigma,
Right.
jumped in the ring, and how was it you did it? Tell him. She helped him win.
Yeah.
She helped him win. She gave her the Sister Abigail. In the middle of the match.
Did it look good? Did it feel smooth? Was it safe?
Yeah.
Well, that's good. That's what I ask people whenever if I help train or anything. But I've seen a couple of your promos, and I have some advice for you because I've been down that road of dark, different, unique.
Mm-hmm.
The best advice I could give you is this: less is more. The less they see you, the more they're going to want to see you. Does that make sense? The less they see you, the more they're going to. Well, where'd she go? What is she going to do? So do a video, do those promos or whatever, but I wouldn't put your face in it. Maybe talk over it, do it like a voiceover. And then at the very end, boom, there's your face or whatever. It's it's like with Bray. Bray didn't come out and just like, hey, look at me here,
Yeah.
So it's that. Be mysterious, be unique, be different. And then send it to a couple people and go, what do you think of this? Is it dumb? Do you get where I'm going with it? And some people they necessarily don't get storylines or even character development. I think I'm really good at like putting a story together with characters. Like, for instance, what we talked about before we were on the air. Like, I want to do all that right now, but you can't. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
the more you stay that hill and that be different and creepy and just like next time you see, or you have a match with her Sunday, right?
Yep.
Man, I wish I could see that. That might be. Are y'all 6 hours from Nashville?
Close to it. We're in West Virginia, so.
All right, I'll be there.
Yep.
But
you trap if he walks in right before your match. And you're like,
I'll be like, hey, do you know me? Don't cry.
yeah.
Do you have the Uncle Howdy mask? I got one. You want to see it? I'm being for real. Oh man, sorry if you see my belly.
Oh, nice. Where'd you get that?
At Raw one night.
Wow.
And then the craziest figure that I've gotten lately was this. Uh-oh. I got too many figures up there.
What is
This
it?
is what Giant Machines when Andre went to Japan.
Nice.
I've been trying to get my hands on that for years. So, but anyways. I
Yeah.
thought somebody commented, but
Well, we're not live, so that'd be weird.
yeah, no, that's where I was like, what? So no, but if anything I can help you with, reach out to me for real. Everybody has a people always say around here, pro wrestling's like Baskin Robbins. Not everybody goes in there and gets vanilla ice cream. Everybody likes it. Some people like this, some people like that. And you got to figure out how to stand out. You might want to be the ice cream that's we don't like that one, but people know where when you walk in, it's that flavor right there. It's okay to not be like, that means you're doing your job. There's been times where, like for instance, I hate using it, but in the last year, he's just jetpacked on his back and it's Roman. He barely does anything. Like, he barely does anything at all. And whoever they decide to beat him, oh my God, that place will be deafening. But that's how long it's taken to get to that point. It's like a Coke can. You shake it up, it'll go fizz out. But if you keep shaking up and then keep shaking up and build that up, it's going to explode. So as a heel, be that way. Be different. Don't be the one like, you shut up, old lady, I'll beat you. Those people are everywhere. Don't be that girl, or don't be that worker. But at the same time, don't take it away. But like physically looking at you, I don't think you have that in you. You're different, which is good. That's what you need to stand out in the business. What helps me is my size, and the picture I sent y'all. I've completely changed my look, and so many people have been like, I can't believe you copied Malachi Black from AEW. And I'm like, I was Malachi before he was.
Yeah.
100%. I got proof. I got flyers that I was on that I was Malachi. Now I wore a mask and stuff that my mask is up there. I'll never get rid of it. But yeah, so just continue to be different, be simple. Less is more. The less those people see you, the more attraction you're going to be. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's Ric Flair's coming back into town. Oh, we got to get a ticket. That's how it was back in the day. Andre the Giant's coming back into town. He's going to be working our territory champion or whatever. We got to get a ticket. That's what you got to be. Don't be this typical, like, there's got to be a person in the show where, like, shut up, old man, or I'll kick your butt. I mean, those are everywhere. But, like, what I come out do is I just stare at people. And I'm a good guy. But for now, So you'll get it, but you just got to keep it like cooking. Try this, try that, try this, and you'll start getting that aha moment, and you'll take off. And when you finally figure it out, don't look back because it's so much fun. Just don't cry.
Yeah.
So, what else y'all got? I love answering questions because I like being on here with y'all. I don't ever get to do this anymore, so it's fun for me.
Why?
I used to do a podcast like years ago. That's actually how I got into wrestling.
Yeah.
And then I started one like probably like July, August, maybe before that. And it was called Running Wild with Johnny Showtime. And the reason why I was running wild is because my dad's favorite T-shirt to wear everywhere, to church, to mowing the yard, to the beach, to everywhere, was Hulk Hogan's Running Wild shirt. And I just named the podcast Running Wild, so I thought it was kind of cool. But I just don't have time. I'm really busy with work and staying busy with wrestling and graphics. That is just, whew. So
I'm glad that's taken off for you.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It really is. I like helping people out. So I'm too nice though sometimes.
Oh.
Bubbles. I love helping when it comes to wrestling and people want to learn. I'll give him a shout out, and this is a good. If you guys want to reach out to him, there's two guys in this area that are up and coming in the Nashville area, and they are on fire.
Who is it?
One guy's by the name of I posted him on my Facebook recently, last 2 days. Tavon Jordan.
Yeah.
That dude, he you could put that guy's face on a flyer, boom, it'll have 100 people there, 150 people there. He is a great worker. He's a cool young kid. He's very respectful in the locker room. Like, he does everything right. And then there's
Nice.
another guy that is by the name of D'Amico Graves. Now, D'Amico is different, though. What D'Amico is, Tavon's the baby. He's the good-looking guy. He's got the long dreads. All the kids love him. Got a cool name, stuff like that. Well, when you see D'Amico walk out, D'Amico's about, I don't know, 5'10", and he's jacked. And he does, I don't know if you know what a pounce is.
Mm-hmm.
Pounce is his finishing move. So pounce is where, like, if I'm shooting somebody off the rope right here, he comes from the side and just football tackles them out of the way. It's called pounce. And he levels them. It's hilarious. But the thing about both of them is I can grab them after the match and say, why did you do this? Go this route. Take that out. You don't need to do that. Why did you bump here? Why did you do? And they're always willing to learn, and they're always willing to fix things. But the big thing, I was going to tell you this, be coachable. If 20 people tell you something, you should soak it in, take it in, and just do the best you can. But Tavon Jordan, D'Amico Graves, I highly recommend you get them on here. We have a good ring announcer, too, in this area that's kind of been getting some traction by the name of Pat Dooley. Yeah, he does his podcast as well, but he's a very good, some talent around here. But there's all kinds of people. If y'all need names, you can send me a message and I'll tell you. But I would love to see Tavon and D'Amico on this podcast. They're the two most upcoming. They're still raw, like they're still new, but they it's like a little brother. I want to see them succeed. And D'Amico was training the other day, and he's trained, but he was still in there. Well, I need to try to get this better. What can I do to get this? What about this transition? Like, he's asking all the right questions, and 3 or 4 of us that have been trained for years were in there helping him, and he's a fantastic dude. So it would be really neat to see them. Pat Dooley. I highly doubt my roommate would do it. Like I said, he's not a people person. Yeah, I'll ask him. Some other guys, I just don't think they would. It's not that they don't like it; they're just like, nah, So I'll try to think of some names and let y'all know for sure. But
Okay.
those 3 definitely with Pat. Pat's got an idea right now. He's doing with these wrestlers around this area. Is he has the WWE 2K24 game, and he's streaming like we're doing right now, or talking, and we're creating that wrestler.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so he's done. I think he's like a week and a half in, and he's done Tavon. I think he's already done D'Amico. I think right now, as we're talking, he's doing the Zach Austin guy that I told y'all that's crazy in our show. And then I'll be doing it. I think it's Sunday. I'll be doing it. So he creates our character, and then we put it on the game, which is a brilliant idea.
That really is.
Yeah. So very, very nice. Pat will do it in a heartbeat. He's a good podcast guy. He knows wrestling big time. D'Amico's good. I'm trying to think of female talent. I know a few, but I don't know if they would be. A lot of people get shy whenever they want to. I'm all about talking. Is the camera on me? Do I look good? You know what I mean? Yeah. I've been talking since the day I was born. That's what my mom will tell you. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure I can get you some people on here and get some good interviews going, because I love you guys. I think y'all are awesome. Y'all do a cool show. We just got to get. You need to drink a Red Bull before we start or something next time.
Yeah.
I know. She needs to do something.
What? Let me interview you for a second. If I could ask you a few questions. What is it about this upcoming match Saturday? And if you got to be your character, be it. I want to see it. But what is it about Sunday that is? What about it? Like, what? If I'm a fan, if I'm buying a ticket to the show, what do I expect to see? Best. This is what she just said. Buy a ticket and find out.
Ah,
That's a Hill statement, ain't it?
Yeah.
Anybody? Oh, I'm gonna bust
Nice.
her bubble. I'm gonna bust her bubble. I'm just helping you. I ain't trying to be mean. I promise. I think you got it. Those promos are good. Just be different. Be don't be predictable. I would do a lot of these promo. I'll tell you the coolest one I ever did was two, real fast, because I don't know how long you guys want to go. I'm sorry if I get to talking.
we're good.
I think I've just taken over the show. Actually, I feel bad.
That's what the show's about. It's
We'll
about
be
you.
right back. We're going to take a commercial break right after this.
Right.
But I worked a guy. I think I told you guys last time. I worked a guy by the name of David Knox. That's
Yes.
where I learned so much. I hate the man. We give each other. I still have our Facebook thread. I've never deleted it because we talk once, twice a week. Still. I learned so much from him on the whys. Why do it this way? Why go to this corner? Why the transition? I would get so bad because of how big I was. I would just pick people up, put them on top of the top buckle. And my buddies would be like, bro, hit them a couple, like, set it up. You're just going in the motions, like, slow way down. And once I started slowing down, I slowed down more. And when I slowed down more, I slowed down even more. And whenever I did that, I became this monster, this slow, methodical. I never saw Kane run, chasing
No.
people. That's my point. So, anyways, David helped me out a lot. David Knox, and one of the best promos I've ever done was with him. We came up with the idea of I was at his house. The video starts off that he falls asleep on the couch. I'm at his house and I attack his son, who's like 20, 22 at the time or something. And they had an in-ground swimming pool. I grabbed him. Now I'm obviously in my gear. Pick him up. I throw him in the pool, like I'm attacking his family. And I turned and looked at his house. The camera angle's on his house, and I go in his house. Well, David wakes up from this dream. He goes outside. He's on a patio. His wife's grilling out. His kids are out there, and his son, hair's dry. We had to do it before, after. And he was like, just looking around, like, and they were like, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "Yeah, are y'all okay?" We made it look like a dream. And then he goes back into his kitchen. He sits down at his kitchen table, and he opens the book. You couldn't tell it was a book, but it was the Bible. And when we opened it, he opened it to the book of Malachi.
Ah,
And that's all we did. We left it at that.
nice.
And and what we did is then our match came up. We had one match, and we built it up for 4 months. And it was about storytelling. And it would start off with a little eye poke. What'd you do that to me for? Why'd you do that to me? And then the next week was, come here, I'm gonna hit you. And you just builds up. It gets worse and worse and worse. And then we got to the point after 4 months of next week we're having a match, and it's if I beat you, you have to take your mask off and reveal who you are. But if you beat me, I'll retire. That's what we got to. And that's storytelling. That's what you got to do. You've got to get these fans. You got to get a butt in every 18 inches. You've got to tell them why you're going to win Saturday. You can tell them all you want to, but you got to show them Saturday. If you can't back up what you're saying on Sunday, nobody's going to take the gimmick serious. You know what I mean? And if you mess up, you're the one that knows you mess up. They don't really know that. They don't know what you're doing. So that's one big match that I had. And then the other big match I had would be, let's see, it'd be Knox's, and then Zach, the crazy dude that I was telling y'all about when we were tag partners before. I had handcuffed him in a fans bring a weapons match. I handcuffed him to the rope. And to protect that, it was like our first match. What I did is, to protect him in the storyline, nobody pinned each other, right? It was just a ref stoppage. Because if I pin him, well, what else can we do? And if he pins me, then, he beat the hill. So what we did is I handcuffed him. His wife gets in there. She's 6 months pregnant with twin girls. And she bends over to, like, stop, like, do this to me. I'm literally bleeding. So was he. And I just start laughing. Like this sadistic Joker just laugh. That's all I did. And I had a kendo stick and I just laid it on her back. And you would have thought a riot was about to start happening in that place. That was the most heat I'd ever felt. But when I got back there, I was like, that's what we wanted. They want Zach to obliterate me. And when he did, after like 2.5 more months after that, it was, you know. So sorry, that's enough of me talking.
No. Did you ever come back from that? Do people still hold that against Malachi for hitting a pregnant woman?
No, I didn't hit her.
You just laid it on her.
Yes. She was like begging me at first, like, no, doing the whole crying thing. I'm doing the laughing thing. She turns around and is checking on Zach. And all I did was I just laid the kendo stick on her back.
Oh, I thought you said that you hit her with it.
No. And they trusted me that nothing like that would happen. No way. Even if it was part of the storyline, I wouldn't have done that. They know that. So, they thought I was going to. The fans did, and that's what I wanted, and that means I did my job.
Yeah.
How we came back from that is that, I got tired of the group that I was in, and so I turned on a guy there that was my tag team partner before that for like 6 years. And that's how me and Zach became tag partners. I popped Greg right in the mouth, beat up everybody in the group, and the fans went crazy because we didn't tell anybody we were doing it. Me, Zach, and Greg are the only ones that do. That's why we love stuff like that. We like popping the locker room. You know what I mean by that, popping the boys and stuff like that. But if you can pop the boys and the girls or whoever's in the locker room, the fans will do it. And so you just gotta. I always tell people to care about your character, like care about it, like for real. If something's not working, change it. If something's, look at other promotions, look at what they're doing. Oh, they don't have this. Like this promotion doesn't have a tall, big monster. I'm gonna reach out and see do they, you guys looking for a big guy? I'll be more than happy to put over anybody you need and do business. So I'm not like that. I don't care about belts and So storylines though, that's how you're going to get people into the wherever you're wrestling, the building. You got to get them invested in hating you, loving them. This right here. Love the baby, hate you. Love the baby, hate you.
Did you learn anything?
And just stare at people like you do me just now.
Yeah.
Don't say nothing. Don't giggle. Just look at people. That's all you got to do. You know what you should do though? To be like, this sounds corny, but think about it. I know a very funny entrance you should do for Sunday. You should come out blowing bubbles.
Well, that's what Bubbles does.
Oh, I didn't know if she did. Okay, then don't do that. No. Man. Because if she didn't do that, that'd been hilarious.
Yeah.
It's arrogant. Like, you blow one, pop it, You're starting the storytelling there.
So. That would have been.
Yeah. When we stop recording, I'm not saying I'm y'all's booker or promoter, but I'd love to tell you a very, very cool way to start the match. But I won't do that while we're recording. So.
Okay.
Yeah. What else? Ask me some more. I like this.
Oh yeah, you should tell him. Okay, she told you the first match that she had. Well,
yeah, kind of, sort of.
The interference, not match. Well, the second time she was supposed to have a match. She was supposed to be booked. She came out there. I announced her, and she came out there and said, "We're not having a match. This is on my time, not yours."
Yeah. I like it.
And then Bubbles came out there madder than a hornet, and they went at it for a few minutes, and she left.
Do they, how can I ask this without breaking kayfabe? Do fans know about you two?
Mm-hmm.
So they
About you
know?
and
Yeah.
Bubbles.
No. You two. Do the fans know that y'all are mother daughter?
I don't think so. Some of
Okay.
them might, but
I would keep it that way because that could be
mhm.
a story one day.
Yep.
Keep that as low as you possibly can. Hopefully, nobody will watch this. Oh,
Yeah.
not that. Nobody will see that part. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, that sounded completely rude. I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah, but no, I don't think that they have put two and two together yet. The fans haven't.
Yeah. Keep that as that's a big storyline for one day. A huge one. A huge one.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah, it could be.
write that down so we can talk about it off there. Because I have a genius idea.
Okay.
I love helping like this. For real, it's so much fun. But yeah, so I don't know. You asked earlier. I was going to get back onto this, but about am I retired?
Mhm.
It. People have asked me. I got asked Saturday night, like by 5 people. I just don't know for sure yet of what I want to do because of the fact of the schematics of where I wrestle, other promotions around here. I just don't. I know I will miss it, but I also don't want to be that guy that doesn't hang it up when he needs to. I like being the big guy in a group. I'm kind of like the Diesel to Shawn Michaels back in the day. I like that idea of like throw a guy out, let me beat him up for a second. But I also like putting matches together and helping this. And my roommate actually, we give each other a lot of. Can I say crap? Can I say crap?
Yeah.
Okay. We give each other a lot, a lot. We rib each other constantly. But he made me feel good a couple weeks ago. He told me, he's like, bro, you should be like a match producer or agent or something because I got all these ideas and I know how to put them together and like for certain people, and that made me feel really good. So maybe one day when I do decide to hang it up, I can help out a show. You just book the guys, bring them in, book the girls, bring them in, and I'll figure out what we want to do with them. So
That'd be
I
great
like
for
I
you to
like
do.
being creative. I think that is I got a good attribute when it comes to that because my graphics and stuff like that as well.
Mhm. What do you
What
think?
else?
What do you think? Speak. She's not going to speak. So I want to ask you, what do you think? This has nothing to do with your wrestling career or Destiny's or anything. But how do you think that Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins, how that's going to go? Because Drew McIntyre has that busted eardrum and he's having to read lips right now.
You believe that that's true?
I don't know.
No, I mean I don't know. I haven't really kept up with it just because to me it's so predictable. Like I could tell you exactly what the main event's going to happen on night one, and then exactly what's going to happen on night two. I'll
Well,
put
tell us.
$100 down. It happens this way.
Well,
So
tell us.
from what I've been told is that if Seth and Cody win the first night, then Cody gets a match Saturday night, right? Or Sunday night.
The bloodline can't be anywhere around if they win.
Ish.
Yeah.
So what I think is going to happen on night one is that something's going to happen where Roman hits The Rock with something on accident, and it pisses The Rock off. They lose, right? Boom. Cody gets his match. Night two comes. They have their match. Boom, 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 boom. You got to have that. If you smell what The Rock's cooking in the main event, you have to. That's what everybody's there to see. Technically, really, that he goes down and he's fired up. He might look like he's about to hook Cody for something or whatever, and he pops Roman.
Mm.
And he turns on Roman right there, and that's when Cody finishes his story.
I've been saying for a minute that I think Roman's going to turn face.
Heck no, I don't see that coming at all.
I think he's going to. I think he's going to get sick because he's so used to being the one that's acknowledged and everything and the tribal chief. I think he's going to get sick of The Rock, and he's going to turn. He's going to turn face, and he's going to get back with Seth Rollins, and the new Shield's going to be born with Cody Rhodes.
No, they don't. Them three don't need that. That's the thing. They're all three humongous stars. I mean, it's not. I wouldn't be opposed to that, but like, there's been proof that like when The Rock has done certain promos, that he's pointed at Roman
Mm.
and he's said things that like, "I'm going to beat you" or whatever. Whatever. However, it's and a lot of people haven't caught it. And WWE does those things. They put those little clues in there here and there. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm excited for it. It's going to be probably one of the bigger WrestleManias we've had in a long time. So it shall be pretty good.
I'm excited for it too. I can't wait.
Did
Wait,
she
think
just
of Rhea
talk?
and Becky. Yeah, she
Did she-
did.
Me too. Rhea and who?
Becky.
Well, I've met Becky once and she was beautiful. But Buddy Murphy doesn't know, but me and Rhea are dating.
Oh.
Yeah.
Man, she gets around because there's been so many people we've had on here that say the same thing.
She is very attractive. No, she's the next big thing. I said that. You can literally go back on my Facebook a couple years ago and I said she's the next big thing. She's phenomenal. Like, she's just that's as a it's not just a female wrestler. It as a heel. That's exactly how you want to do it. They're almost treating her kind of like Roman. They're just not doing this streak thing with her. But that she's arrogant, she's me. But she can back it up. That's the thing. I'm not saying Roman can't, but she's tall. She's very dark and mysterious and this person, but at the same time, she can go out there and handle her own. And it reminds me of more of like a young Charlotte. Charlotte was more athletic a little bit, but which have y'all seen her rehab? It is
That's
absurd.
unreal. Yeah.
Like,
Unreal.
she's bending her knee as much as I was, and her surgery was quadruple worse than mine. So yeah, she's a freak.
Yeah, she's
But
a
yeah, I think that match is gonna be pretty dope. I mean, I see Becky winning. A lot of times babies win at Mania, but if they don't, I see why. I mean, they're really pushing Rhea. I mean, she deserves it. She's great, but so yeah.
Yeah.
Rhea, if you're watching, I love you.
We all do.
Right.
But yeah, with Rhea, what blows my mind is she is a heel, but everybody loves her at the same time.
Oh yeah, it's the Stone Cold. It's a Stone Cold thing. They wanted to, Stone Cold was the what was the thing with Ted DiBiase? What was his name again? The
$1 Million Man.
well, not $1 Million Man. Stone Cold's gimmick was what was his name for that? It was Steve Austin, but it was
Stunning Steve.
No, man, that's gonna bother me, and I'm gonna sound like an idiot here.
Here, there's a phone. We can, because I don't remember right now.
It was something like, man, that's bothering me. Yeah, see what his gimmick name was when he was with Ted DiBiase.
Okay, and today you're not going to work right. Let's see. Stone Cold.
Ringmaster. That's what it is.
The Ringmaster. Okay, yeah, because it's not.
Yeah. I was like, man, this is bothering me. I know it's something master. But, when they changed his gimmick and then they wanted people to hate him that's why they gave him $1 Million Man. And then he quoted the whole Stone Cold, or Austin 316, which, by the way, a lot of people don't know this, but he only said that one time ever and it was that promo. And that's the #1 wrestling shirt that's ever been made. Ain't that crazy?
That is crazy.
He said it
That's
one
crazy.
time ever. So yeah, stuff like that. And then people were hating him, and then he became anti-establishment, and then he became very, "Well, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that," and people loved it. People just, and that's kind of what she's doing a little bit, but not. Back then they could say do whatever they wanted to on TV. You got to be very careful now, but I mean, she's definitely top talent there for sure. For sure.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, who else could get away with mommy's always on top and everybody loves mommy? And yeah.
Her.
Yep, that's it. Just her.
Right.
Excuse me. I've been fighting the allergies horribly.
Yeah, there's a bunch of COVID and flu and a stomach bug going around here. It won't go away.
Mm.
Like a couple weeks ago, it was like 2 weeks ago, we had like 8 employees out. Like we were super short staffed one day.
Oh my
And it
gosh.
was bad. We had 2 or 3 participants out that had COVID. Like it was rough. But I'm glad everybody gets, some special needs people have like a weaker immune system. And so we kind of get worried when people start getting sick and stuff like that. We really try to keep hands clean, and germs, and no hugging, touching, and stuff like that. We try to really keep it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And that's hard to do.
Oh, it is, because they're lovey-dovey people.
Yeah.
And if you're having a bad day, well, I'll give you a hug, Coach Johnny. And I get it all the time, but they're hilarious.
That's amazing. And if you do that, when you start planning that, definitely let us know, because
Oh yeah.
that's so special. I mean, everybody
I,
needs to know
and
about
I
that.
can figure out a way. I'll say this on the air. I don't care, but I'll figure out a way to get you guys compensated for stuff. I know it's a drive, but I want, like I said, I want things to stuff like that I can get approved, because of well, this I can't say on there, but there's ways I can get certain things approved, but financially I have to go a different route when it comes to things. Hey, I need
Mhm.
this, and this. I got 2 ladies that want to come in and cover it and commentate it, do a podcast on it, but this is what I need to compensate them to drive and get a hotel for the night or whatever. Stuff like
Yeah.
that's fine. I just have to account for everything.
Right.
So yeah, I'll definitely keep y'all posted for sure.
Yes, we would love that. I used to, years ago, be involved in the Special Olympics, so it's always been
Yeah, it's
close to my
like, I
heart. Yeah.
mean, I had a guy in my basketball. Like, we just got done with basketball here in Nashville. It was a state tournament for Tennessee,
Mhm.
and one of my guys on my team, or he was on another team, but I was watching the game, and I was making sure everybody was where they're at, because, like I said, I'm the coordinator. I'm not over Special Olympics. I'm over Metro Parks, like our division, but our people. So I was
Yeah.
watching this one game, and can't say their name, but one of my guys scored, and as he's running down the court, he's screaming, "Hallelujah!
Oh.
Hallelujah!"
Oh.
I told him, I said, "We're playing basketball. We're not at church." He goes, "Well, it's all Jesus.
Yeah.
Hallelujah." Yeah, it was
Oh,
really,
that's
really funny.
awesome.
He's let's see, I think he's probably he loves wrestling too, let me tell you. And he knows wrestling more than anybody in my group.
Oh.
Um, he's probably in his late 30s, and he's a higher function autistic, I think. But like I tell people too, and this is the last thing I'll say about them, because I don't want to keep talking about them, but I never, ever, ever, like, there's a book right over there under my TV that I got when I started in July. And I told my boss that I wasn't going to open that and look at it. And I said, I know I got one at work, but it has stuff in there like, what is their disability, how old they are they allergic to stuff like that? And I know certain things I got to know, but like, I treat them to their age. If you're 30 and you're a woman, that's what you're going to get treated like a 30-year-old woman, like one of my friends. And if
Yeah.
you're a 35-year-old guy, that's exactly what I'm going to treat you that way. It's I don't understand the difference of, they know they have certain medical issues or medical things, but that doesn't stop them. Oh man, they can do anything and everything. We did kayaking Friday. I mean, I don't see any of my friends coming up in there and kayaking.
Right?
It just so they're awesome people, and I'm very, very, very blessed to do what I do.
And do you all do any other kind of fundraisers or anything for your group?
Oh man, we do all kinds of stuff. They do. I think right now in the spring they've been talking about doing like a big golf thing. They do. Oh man, a lot of stuff's got to get approved though, because like I said earlier, anytime we bring in money, it's got to get approved. Well, not get approved. We got to approve why we're doing it. If that's how I say it
Right.
right. Like if we're going to do a car wash, then what are we? If it's coming in, then we got to have somebody there taking it. It can't be us.
Right.
So same concept of a wrestling show that would be huge. Because I said I would have anywhere from 350 to 400 people at this show, and easily. And I've already talked to wrestlers; they would work for free. I asked them if they would, and they said absolutely. For that, I definitely would. I got a music guy, the guy that I referred to you earlier, the ring announcer, Pat Dooley.
Yeah.
He 100% said he'd come do ring announcing for free. And so, yeah, like I said, though, I want to do it, but I want to do things the right way and make sure when we do it, it's big, it's bad, and it's a lot of fun. So, yeah.
Definitely. Anytime you all have a fundraiser or anything, let us know and we'll share it and get the
Sure.
word out.
Yeah. I'll definitely let you know. Cool beans.
So before we have to go, do you have any other words of wisdom?
If you're wanting to get into pro wrestling, don't. Thank you. I'm just kidding. I'm just playing. Oh, no words just disappeared over
Yeah.
there. No.
She already gave herself a concussion.
Oh, there you go. Good job. I love to share this quote. I'm a big, humongous advocate when it comes to mental health. Because I have no problem sharing this, but I'm a person that suffers from a mental health thing. And
Oh no. You're gone, Malachi. Are you coming back?
are you
There
still
you
there?
are. Yep, we're here.
Hello?
Here. Are you there? We're here.
Hello?
Hello? I see you.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. Can you hear us?
Hold on for a second.
Okay. Oh no. Well, bye, Malachi. There he is. Are you there?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can see. We can hear you and see you.
My best friend called, and I was trying to decline it real quick before it would mess up this thing. So, oh man. What did you say again? There was something.
We were right in the middle of your words of wisdom.
I know, right? What a jerk. No, but I'm a mental health advocate. From somebody that has a mental health, issue or whatever. I love to tell people this quote because it's the absolute truth. I've seen it on Facebook. I've seen it on TikTok. I've seen it all kinds of places. And it is this: a broken crayon can still color. And I wish people would really take that. And as somebody that has bad days, and I tell people that have bad days and do this and do that, I understand it. I do. I've been in your shoes. If I could get really into my story, we could. But I tell people all the time, and when I saw that, I thought that is the absolute truth. I might be a broken crayon, but it's my job as a man to not stay that way. So I'm trying to get better, and I'm trying to grow from things. And if I got to start over, you know what? That's okay. I'll start over because I have the ability to start over.
Right.
You don't need money to start over. You don't need any of that to start over. Just start over. And so a broken crayon can still color. That is my words of wisdom.
That is good. That is good.
So,
That's good. I know sometimes it does make you feel like giving up, but you got to keep pushing forward.
yep, that's with everything. Times are tough these days, but you got to keep going.
Yep.
If I tell people if I don't give up, then that means you can't. So let's go.
Yep. Giving up is not an option. You can rest, but you can't give up.
100%.
Yep.
Exactly right on that.
So when you gonna come back?
You tell me tomorrow.
Okay. Tomorrow?
No, you guys, you just reach out to me. You let me know what your schedule is. You can plug me in whenever you want. As long as I'm free, I'll do it.
All right. That sounds good.
We just gotta get that. You gotta drink a Red Bull next time though,
Yeah.
or something. I'm not saying just,
C4.
we gotta perk you up a little bit.
No. Nothing.
Hey, when you stop recording, remember, don't hang up because I want to talk about this match real quick.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, we're going to go ahead and tell the rest of you bye then. So we can talk about this match.
All right. Thank you, ladies. I appreciate it for real.
Thank you. No, this is Cindy and Destiny with Keep It Real and Malachi. You all go check him out. Check out all his social medias. Hit him up for some designs and merch.
Kayfabe graphics.
Yes, graphics, all those good things. You won't be sorry. He did one of ours, and we love it. So
The lipstick
we'll
one.
see you guys next time.
Yep. Yeah.